We're fighting for our dignity, for our citizenship, full citizenship rights now. So you're looking at this really contested terrain, and in the middle of this contested terrain, you have African Americans who refuse to go into their place, who refuse to just stand there and take it, and who refuse to just abide by the old ways because they're like, no, this is a new day.
This program is brought to you by Emory University.
Red Tails is about the Tuskegee Airmen, and the Tuskegee Airmen, I mean, they had to fight in order to even have the Tuskegee Airmen, a group of pilots, African-American pilots who were housed down at Tuskegee Institute, being able to fight in World War II. Now, what makes that so incredible is that this is the Second World War. This is the war against the Nazis. This is the war against Aryan supremacy. This is the war, as Franklin Delano Roosevelt and Winston Churchill talked about, that was a war for the Atlantic Charter, a war for the 4 freedoms. And 2 of those freedoms were freedom from fear and freedom from want. Yet here you have the African American population that is dealing with massive segregation, dealing with high double-digit unemployment because of discrimination within the defense industry, so that whereas the war had stopped the high unemployment of the Great Depression, it hadn't even touched what was happening to African Americans in the United States, as the U.S. was the arsenal of democracy. So you're looking at all of these very contradictory forces merging together in the Second World War. And one of the things to also understand about African Americans in the military in the Second World War is to understand what happened in the First. Because in the First World War, that's when Woodrow Wilson stood up and said, this is a war to make the world safe for democracy. And so African Americans, under the leadership of like W.E.B. Du Bois out of the NAACP, said, we are going to close ranks with our white brethren and put aside our special grievances until after this war. And so African Americans were signing up to go fight in this war to make the world safe for democracy in 1917. And whoo, they hit Jim Crow like none other. They were assigned labor battalions. The British and the French were told to, be careful, guard your women. They were denigrated, mistreated, maltreated. And then when they got back after the First World War, the lynchings were absolutely intense. In fact, it became known as Red Summer.
Have you ever been pressed for time? Rushing to get to that very important meeting with the big guys, or trying to beat that grace period at work and finding somewhere to park is nearly impossible? You finally find a parking spot in front of the parking meter, and you realize that you didn't bring any change. You happen to look over and see a homeless man sitting on the sidewalk, and for a half second, we immediately assume that the homeless person wants something from us. We snap back to reality as we check all our pockets for change because we don't want to get a parking ticket. Coincidentally, we look over and see the homeless man handing us the exact change we need for the parking meter. My new album, View from the Inside Out, was created to encourage listeners to not judge a book by its cover, because sometimes it's the person that we least expect that will be the one that gives us exactly what we need when we need it. View from the Inside Out drops March 19 everywhere. And remember, integrity matters the most when you're by yourself.
Pain is something we all have to live with. Aching joints, arthritis, flare-ups from injuries that we long forgot. We each deal with pain in our own way until it becomes debilitating and we need real help. Even worse are the medications with opioids, steroids, and chemical ingredients we can't even pronounce or don't even know where they come from. Do we really want to put these potentially lethal drugs into or on our bodies? Did you know that even taking simple over-the-counter medicines for pain can have dangerous side effects when mixed with certain foods or other prescriptions? It's time to leave the harmful drugs behind and use No More Pain Herbal Blend. This blend of essential oils is 100% drug and chemical free. Massage into any joint or muscle for immediate pain relief. Don't believe it? Try it for yourself. Try it free for 30 days, and if you feel it doesn't work, simply return it. If it works for you, keep it and pay just $29.99. It's simple and painless. Take the 30-day challenge and get back to being you. Call today, 650-278-4428. That's 650-278-4428, or visit us on the web at beyondbeautiful.club. That's www.beyondbeautiful.club. Join the club and get back to being you.
Hey, I bring to you DOC, Disciples of Christ Ministries. We are dedicated to the advancement of God's kingdom by bringing our people closer to Christ. We are proving ways to effectively commit Scripture to memory. If you want to memorize biblical text but are not sure what to memorize or how, the SOAP study is perfect for you. The SOAP method: Scripture, observation, application, prayer, is the perfect launching point to begin hiding God's Word in your heart. This user-friendly and godly-inspired gift will give you thought starters to encourage you and others on your spiritual journey, bringing you intrinsic, extrinsic, and most importantly, eternal value. For more information, you may contact us today at 314-449-1337. Receive a free Bible with your order today.
Where there were 78 lynchings in that one summer in the United States in 1919. That steeled, angered the black community. So by the time you get to the Second World War and you get Roosevelt and Churchill talking about, oh my gosh, a war for freedom and for democracy, instead you get this incredible militancy coursing through the black community. When you read the black newspapers, when you read the NAACP papers, what they're talking about is, oh yeah, you want a war for democracy? Well, it may not be a bad idea to have some democracy to fight for here in the United States. And so part of this militancy was to, in fact, gain citizenship rights, full citizenship rights via the military. And so what Red Tails talks about in many ways is how the discrimination, the conceptions of who African Americans were, not smart, not able to have leadership capabilities. All of those components, you see them then being layered in, saying, well, you know, you gotta be smart to be a pilot. So how on earth can you possibly have a black pilot? You've gotta be smart to know how to take out a destroyer. You gotta be smart to know how to fly. You've gotta be smart. How can black people be smart? And so in fact, what you see then here in that growing militancy is a demand to prove that all of those stereotypes are just so patently, fundamentally wrong. And the way to prove it is to demonstrate it. And so here you have black pilots saying, let me prove to you how good I am. Because unless I get this opportunity, you'll never know. You're sitting up there relying upon your own stereotypes and what you think I am. Let me prove it to you. And then when they prove it, it's like, yeah, I call it that Scooby-Doo moment. Oh, Shaggy. what do we do, right? And in that moment then is where you see, again, the push, the growing militancy again. And so when these soldiers get back in 1946, the lynch party is on again. And in fact, before then, in 1941, there was a lynching at Fort Benning, Georgia, of a black private, Felix Hall. You get a lynching of Cleo Wright in 1942 in Sikeston, Missouri. I mean, this is all part of trying to put black folks back in their place so that this war for democracy that's being fought, that black folks understand this doesn't have anything to do with them. This isn't about your democracy. This is about our democracy. And black folks are like, no, 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 no. Let me explain to you. So you know that clip where you get, we fight, we fight, we fight. That is the course that you hear over and over again when you're listening to the sermons, when you're reading the newspapers, when you're reading the minutes of the meetings of the NAACP and the Urban League and the National Council of Negro Women. We fight. We fight. So it's not just these black soldiers. It is the black community en masse going, we fight. And so then coming out of this Second World War, I mean, particularly when you have taken down Nazi Germany, hey, and let me explain what that could even mean, what it takes to take down Nazi Germany. It took the Soviets, the British, the French, the Americans, to take down one nation.
Wow, I'm a lucky man. She is the light of my life and as fine as a Georgia pine. Good God from Zion. She's truly been a blessing. So what am I afraid of? I mean, she's perfect in every way. I love her. Yeah, I need to do the right thing. I'm going to do the right thing. Yeah, it's time.
My man is fine. He even looks better in the morning. I love him so much. Although he's not perfect, I accept him for who he is, and I'll support him in every area. I'll be there for him till death do us part.
Excuse me? How do you know Chris?
You must be Deanna.
I feel like I just been stuck in this horrible pit that I just can't get myself out of.
God, you help my mom get a better job and help my family get along.
God, it may be too late for me, but don't let my family get stuck.
Why don't you just get off my back, okay? You, Mommy, and that stupid program.
The curse stops here.
We were all born with a purpose and destiny. God did not intend for us to get stuck.
Ricky House New Spike in London Power Method is coming to a theater near you.
Hey everybody, the holidays are here and it's time for y'all to get cooking. Happy holidays, guys. It's Hot 97 Media.
That's right. This is yours truly, the one and only DJ Polo.
And your girl, Miss Lily, here to tell you about a delicious brand new holiday flavor, Infusion Butter.
Hey guys, check it out. Infusion Blends flavored butter is the ultimate seasoning. Try that amazing rosemary and Cajun Delight flavor to make your turkey, steak, chicken, and shrimp mouth-watering good.
Polo, you're only talking about the meats. You can't forget about the sweets. Infusion Blends butter also comes in perfectly peach and oh my blueberry for your pies, cakes, toast, and oh my goodness, it's so good. Trust me, I've tried it for myself.
But don't just take our word for it. Order some for the holidays for yourself or give the gift of Infusion Blends butter to your friends and family. Lily, tell them where to go.
You can order some now by logging in at www.infusionblends.com. That's www.infusionblends.com and receive $2 off orders over $34. And don't forget to check out the holiday assortment gift box set, which would be a perfect gift for the holidays.
That's right. This is the season. Let Infusion Blends Spice Butter be the reason you're cooking and pleasing.
Hi, I'm Roz McCarthy, CEO founder of Minorities for Medical Marijuana. Minorities for Medical Marijuana is a nonprofit advocacy, outreach, and education organization based in Orlando, Florida. Our focus is making sure that minorities have an opportunity in the new legalization of marijuana throughout the country. We're in South Carolina, we're in Missouri, Illinois, New York, New Jersey, Texas, Arizona. Our organization was formed to make sure that individuals, people of color, people coming from communities of color have an opportunity to be able to participate in the legalization of cannabis in the United States.
If you're tired of wandering in the wilderness of obesity, God is ready to usher you into the promised land of healthy and fit for life. Eating as an Act of Worship Ministries is a non-profit organization dedicated to teaching the biblical principles for maintaining a healthy body for the glory of God. Join our free 12-week course for both adults and children online via Periscope or at New Calvary Temple Kojic, located at 1120 Bishop Lindsay Avenue in North Little Rock, Arkansas. No registration fees or membership fees, just the purchase of the Eating as an Act of Worship workbook. So sign up today. To register, visit our website at www.eatingasanactofworshipministries.org and tune in to our Saturday morning radio show at 11 o'clock a.m. Central Time on Studio W Buzz.
Hi, this is Moonshot Nutrition. We're dedicated to making unbelievably good health, sustainable, affordable, and simple for everyone. You've improved your sleep, your diet, and exercise, and you're looking towards supplements. But the number of recommendations and choices are overwhelming. You just want one effective supplement, not a handful of pills. We wanted the same thing. So we made it, and we called it Human Foundation. With Human Foundation, there are no more cabinets, drawers, and shelves filled with seemingly endless amounts of tablets, capsules, and soft gels. Human Foundation is advanced nutritional supplementation, simplifying over 31 beneficial supplements into one scoop of nutrient powder to unlock your potential for sustainable good health and improved performance. Visit moonshotnutrition.com. Again, that website is moonshotnutrition.com to learn more about our amazing 90-day money-back guarantee. And get on track for better health in one scoop of Human Foundation.
These days, we should all be thinking of who we can help, and what better place to start than with the children, our future. It's your big opportunity to become a big brother or a big sister. There are over 1,000 kids just waiting for you to spend a little time being a positive mentor in their lives. They need you now more than ever. Go to bbbsemo.org to find out how. You can also reach us on Facebook at Big Brothers Big Sisters of Eastern Missouri and at BBBSEMO on Twitter and Instagram as well. Or just pick up the phone and give us a call, 314-361-5900. That's 314-361-5900. It's your big opportunity to become a big brother or big sister.
Paradise Home Health provides customized, hands-on assistance with day-to-day living activities so that you or your loved one can stay home. Our full range of daily care personal services include daily meal prep, personal care, housekeeping, and maintenance. Our dedicated and discreet caregivers provide a range of customized services to help you. When it can't be you, Paradise Home Health has you covered. We offer an array of non-medical services to support you. Do it the Paradise way, dedicated and sweet. Call Anna today at 636-498-9201, servicing St. Louis City, St. Louis County, and St. Charles County, Missouri.
The Nazi Germany was powerful, but in that destruction of Nazi Germany was also the destruction of an ideology of white supremacy. And so knowing that you had a hand in that, so you see that the Tuskegee Airmen, that they in fact were over there in Italy, coming through that thing when they're coming up the underbelly of Europe, and they invade Sicily, and then they're coming up Italy, and Germany's right here, and they're a major part of pushing Germany back to Berlin, you know, that Wehrmacht back to Berlin. When you know you have done that, and then you come home and you're told, shh, get in the back of the bus. No, you can't get a job. What makes you think you can vote? These veterans said, oh, you don't know who I am. Oh, you know, you gotta love that. You gotta love it. You don't know who I am. You don't have the tools to defeat me. I went up against Nazi Germany. What do you think you are? But you get this massive pushback. So you get the lynching of Maceo Snipes, who was, in fact, a black veteran here in Georgia when he tried to register to vote in 1946. You get the quadruple lynching in Monroe, Georgia, of a black veteran who wasn't about to have his wife beaten. You get a race riot in Columbia, Tennessee, of a black veteran who was not about to have his mother smacked. Yeah, I mean, you get the blinding of Isaac Woodward, another black veteran who refused to get in the back of the bus in South Carolina. You get the lynching of, I forget his name, I'm so sorry, but down in Minden, Louisiana, when he refused to turn over the war mementos that he had taken off of a German soldier, right? He's just, no. You want a Luger? You go get your own Luger, right? But they refused. And then part of that refusal is also to understand that the militancy that happens with these black veterans, particularly then as they were then shut out of the GI Bill. The GI Bill was one of the major reform movements in the United States. Think about how it opened up with the GI Bill, how it opened up education. So all of a sudden, regular folk are now going to college. This is how you then, part of how you create this incredible middle class in the United States. But black veterans can't go to the University of Georgia. They can't go to Ole Miss. They can't go to Alabama. They can't go to Chapel Hill. So you get these black veterans shut out of the educational opportunities. And they're like, oh, no, we fight. We fight. We fight. And that militancy is then what ministers like Martin Luther King and Reverend Ralph Abernathy are seeing and sensing in their congregations. So whereas black ministers used to preach earlier on about, I know it's hard down here sometimes, but you're going to get yours in the by and by. These veterans transformed what was happening in the pulpit. They transformed what was happening in their organizations. They transformed what was happening in America because they're like, oh, we're not waiting in the by and by. We're fighting for our dignity, for our citizenship, full citizenship rights now. And that, to me, is the essence of Red Tails. We fight. We fight. We fight.
The preceding program is copyrighted by Emory University.
you.